3, 2, 1. Arguing again, arguing about something so simple. Make it clear, tell me why you're running back to him. Feeling insecure, feeling like there's more to your character. Every tear that you cry is worth it in the end. But baby, tell me, how have you not figured it out?
We are taking a bus to Serbia today. Hi, I am Anna. I'm on an EF Ultimate Breaks trip, Budapest to Bucharest, it was called, but basically I'm just in Eastern Europe for 10 days. And right now we're in Budapest. The past few days have been in Budapest, Hungary, and we're taking a bus ride today to Serbia. Our final destination is Belgrade, but apparently there's like a marathon there today, and so a lot of the streets are closed, so we're taking a pit stop in, I'm gonna guess it said Novi Sad, I'll correct that if I'm wrong, but a different city that has actually been the cultural capital of Europe for this year, which is kind of cool. But we're gonna stop there just to kind of prolong getting to Belgrade because don't want to be there when all the roads are closed and we can't really do anything. And so got the bus ride today. I feel like I keep saying my feet are hungover. Yesterday I walked 36,000 steps, which is a lot of steps, and I'm really looking forward to the bus ride. I feel like that will be good. So ready to go.
Dry your eyes. The world can always give you
Belgrade, Serbia, one of the oldest continuously occupied cities in Europe and the world, and lying at the meeting point of the Danube and Sava rivers, this city has been entrenched in ancient history and events of the past century. So I didn't know too much about Belgrade or Serbia going in, but also learned a lot in the tour, so wanted to give just a little bit of context of where we were visiting. You may remember Serbia from high school history class for its involvement in the beginning of World War I. Serbia also suffered a lot of destruction through World War II, as a city overall in their history have been destroyed and rebuilt 44 times. Serbia's energy is definitely one of resilience. After being the former capital of Yugoslavia, Belgrade is the country's current capital and houses nearly 1/4 of Serbia's entire residents. So Serbia as a country has about 8 million Serbians, and nearly 2 million of them live in Belgrade, the city that we are staying the nights in. But first, there was a stop that we took for lunch in Novi Sad, and Novi Sad was actually named Europe's cultural capital of the year, and it was the first time that a city outside of the EU had been named that. This stop was just added in by our tour director and ended up being a great spot to sit, eat, and chill.
This is it, and I swear there ain't nothing better. We're up and we're out in the perfect weather.
Wow, look at this. I love
How is it so much space? Yeah.
I love me some clothes.
That is beautiful. Look, I cannot. Oh, that's awesome.
Oh, that the ride is yours. Don't you wanna roll away? Don't you wanna roll?
Back in the past in Yugoslavia, that is one of the best.
It's on you to decide if something changes. Say bye, 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 bye. When you're stuck in chains, well, nothing changes. I just wanna run away and with you. Say now, I just wanna run away with you. Don't you wanna know that the tide's changing? Don't you wanna know that the ride is yours? Don't you wanna roll away? Don't you wanna roll? Don't you wanna lie by the ocean and glide to the places above? Don't you wanna roll away? Don't you wanna roll? I'll go where the wind goes, and I'll go where the wind goes.
That's fair. Could be worse. I think this is where she was talking about the two rivers coming together. What do you think?
I bet she'll give us some too. I'm just gonna go down on the other side of them.
He started to work on that side.
3, 2, 1. Arguing again, arguing about something so simple. Make it clear, tell me why you're running back to him. Feeling insecure, feeling like there's more to your character. Every tear that you cry is worth it in the end. But baby, tell me, how have you not figured it out? Ooh, dry your eyes. The world can always give you reasons to cry. Understand, you're stronger than you know. There's power in your bones. The flowers that you've grown were watered by your tears. You say you're growing old. One day you're gonna fold. Amazing how you go unbothered through the years. But if you just let go and fall into the garden that you grew, you would finally know that you don't have to be somebody new.
Good morning from Serbia. I feel like I just like never would have thought of coming to this country, and so it just feels so crazy and surreal to me that I am here. But good morning to Serbia. Well, to Serbia and from Serbia, I suppose. We are in Belgrade today, and that's where we arrived yesterday. So yesterday we left Budapest, packed up all of our things into a little bus, actually a really big bus. There's like 12 of us and it's a 49-seater, really big bus, and drove through Hungary down to the border, across the border from Hungary to Serbia, which Serbia is not in the EU, so that took just like a little bit of time, but not at all a lot of time. I did get passport stamps because we left the EU. And then in Serbia, I think I mentioned this, there was a marathon in Belgrade yesterday, and so we stopped in Novi Sad, and in Novi Sad we ate lunch. I don't know what I had. The menu translations sometimes are a little bit funny, where it's like if there's a name of a dish, it will be in the Serbian menu, but then like the English menu will be like the description of the dish. So I don't know the name of it, but it was like cheese and turkey, and it was like baked, so it was like crispy cheese. It was really good. Potatoes were in there too. It was delicious, and it actually ended up filling me up enough, and we ate around like 3 or so, and so that was my last meal of the day. But we got to Belgrade, and our hotel is beautiful, as you can tell. Like so far both hotels have been incredible, but last one was a little bit more hostel-y, I think. Like it still was just 2 per room, but it was just like the feeling of Philly, which was good. And this one's like hotel, which I don't know, it's making me feel bougie. As you might be able to hear, the windows, I mean, they're big and beautiful, but they also don't block out sound, so I apologize if you just hear the sounds of the city, but that's what I heard all last night as I was sleeping, so you know, we can do it together. But yeah, we got to Belgrade, took like a second just to bring our luggage up and everything, and then we had a walking tour of the city, and so walked a lot yesterday, walked a lot the day before. There's just a lot of walking that goes on in these trips. I think my recommendation is if you are doing a trip that has a lot of walking, bring shoes that you can cycle out. Like even if you're not someone who brings a lot of shoes for like fashion choices, like bring shoes so that you can wear different shoes in a cycle, you know, because what I have found for me is if I wear 2 shoes, or if I wear the same shoe 2 days in a row, that's when I get blisters. But if I like am cycling between 4, then I'm okay. So we did the walking tour. It was really cool. Our tour guide is local to Belgrade. She's Serbian, and so she just knows a lot of the history and can show us a lot of the sites. And Belgrade itself, I need to look more into this history because I feel like I just don't know it that well. Belgrade itself has been destroyed and rebuilt 44 times, and some of that has been like as recent as World War II. I don't know if even more recent than that, but it is a big mix of different architectural styles and everything because it has been rebuilt so many times. And so it was really interesting to hear that and then to kind of see what she was saying with like buildings that are right next to each other that do not look like they go next to each other. But there's big pedestrian streets here, so there's shops that I'm not really a big shopper, but I do kind of want to just go and like look around because like they have like Zara, H&M, Calzedonia, like there's some cool shops going on. So we did our walking tour, and then she let us know that there was a cake we needed to try, and so went and tried that cake yesterday too. It was called the Moscow Schnit, or I forget how she said it, but I guess English Moscow Schnit, and it was pineapple. They said raspberry because Serbia is like the biggest producer of raspberries. However, I swear they were cherries. I swear they were cherries in the cake, but they said raspberry and vanilla, and it was delicious, absolutely delicious. I wanted just to find a place to sit, and after our walking tour, we totally had free time, but since we had walked so much, I wanted to just like sit and chill somewhere. And so we were looking at Google Maps, and I found like a rooftop bar that I thought would be really cool, and we ended up finding it. It took a little bit to find it, like where to go up, and it was 7 flights of stairs up. Their elevator was broken, and when we got there, it ended up just not being the vibe. I don't know if tourism is lower here or if it's just American tourism is lower here. It wasn't like people were rude, but I think it was like a local spot, and so I think it felt a little bit like we were intruding. So just had a quick drink there. I tried an Aperol Spritz for the second time in my life. The first time I tried it, I hated it, and I thought maybe I've grown up a little bit, maybe I'll like it now. I did not like it still, and so walked around some more, found like just another place to sit just for like one drink, and then came back to the hotel where I slept. Like that was the rundown. Have I said yet on this? I'm on an EF Ultimate Breaks tour doing Budapest to Bucharest. It's like a 10-day through Eastern Europe, Hungary, Serbia, Romania. Use my link in the description and code for $100 off if you want to go on one too. But that's how like the itinerary has been set, and we have a tour director who is just incredible, and I feel taken care of, and it's just really been fun. It's been really good so far. And today we have a semi-free day in Belgrade. So the only like officially scheduled thing is we have a river cruise on the Danube at 3:30, I believe. But before that, at 10, we're gonna meet, which I need to make sure I'm not pushing it for time. Okay, it's 8:59, so I have time to get breakfast. At 10, we're gonna meet to go to St. Sava Temple, which I don't know much about, but it looks pretty in the pictures, and I'm sure I'll learn about it. And then on our way back, we're gonna stop by the Nikola Tesla Museum, which I think will be really cool. Then river cruise at 3:30, and I really wish there was a better way for me to show, not tell, or like to check in throughout the day more often, because I know this like style of vlogging is a little bit goofy, but you know, gotta be like that sometimes, and I really am enjoying myself. And obviously it's good to be on vacation, even though my feet hurt so bad. So we'll just see kind of where the day takes us. I am excited to be here. This is our last day in Belgrade, so we stay here again tonight, but then are leaving tomorrow morning to head into Romania, and Romania is where we'll be for the rest of the trip, just in different spots, and it's the country we'll spend the most time in. So looking forward to it. Gonna go find breakfast. That's something with EF. Breakfasts are all included. So at our last hotel, there was breakfast every morning. One morning I slept through it, but it still was included if I wanted it. And then today we'll go see if they have good breakfast as well.
Used to be feared, used to be respected and so cool. In those hot days when you were big and known in school, touchdowns are long gone, now you got no other way to rule. How cool is cool when you're freezing by 40? Your spine is trembling, snakes run.
Okay, there will be 3 discharges. I will count down to each discharge so that you're warned when the next one is coming, because it is a very loud machine. So I saw a sleeping baby somewhere. I need to he's awake. Okay, so it is a very loud machine. So just like tell him or something so that he doesn't get scared. Okay, so we can start? Okay.
There's literally no place to put this camera, so we're just full vlog styling it today, but I wanted you to see the view that I'm currently now facing before catching you up on the day and everything. So as you know, we're in Belgrade right now. This is our last night in Belgrade, and I'm actually gonna take the night a little bit to myself just to kind of wind down, wash my hair, get a good shower in, kind of get ready for tomorrow morning, pack up and everything, because it's been a great trip so far, and I love all the people that I'm with and love how like active we've been and everything. But I know that in order to be sustainable going forward in the trip, I probably just need to take some time to chill, relax a little bit. And going forward in the trip, it's going to be only one night in each place that we're staying, and so you know, just need that settled moment, I feel like. And so I'm planning on just like reading a book or so, maybe like watching a video, I'm not really sure, washing my hair like I said. So I think that it will be a really great night. But to give a little recap of the day, today was our free day in Belgrade, but kind of a perk of the EF Ultimate Break tours is that we have a local tour guide, and so she's with us the whole trip, and so she knows like what's good to do, and so had like recommendations for us. And so it wasn't necessarily a free day, like you could do whatever you wanted, but it ended up being that the majority of the group went together to, number one was the St. Sava's Church, which was beautiful. It's like under renovation. They call it, I guess, La Sagrada Familia of the East, because it's just been under renovation and under construction for a very long time. And we went to Nikola Tesla's museum. They did a lot of cool experiments. I feel like I don't understand electricity enough to fully appreciate all that he's done, but he did the, what is it, like an induction motor? He came up with a type of motor. He was an inventor, and he was incredible, and he came up with a type of motor that's in washing machines and hair dryers and kitchen mixers, that kind of thing. And so they did experiments with like ions in the air and wireless transmission, and it was cool. And his ashes are there too, so it was like a museum celebrating his findings while also being like a memorial to Tesla. We went and got lunch. It ended up being at like a vegan place that we just kind of stumbled across because there was kind of a crunch of time to get to the museum, and so I had a vegan quesadilla for lunch, which was great. And then I actually just had a gyro for dinner, which was also great. So neither of them are like traditional Serbian food, but I mean they were both great. And we also did a river cruise today, and it was a little bit different than I was expecting. Like it was a cool boat, but we kind of just like cruised up the city one way and then back down the city the other way, so it was kind of seeing things that we had seen in the city but seeing them from the water. So it was cool, and like it was peaceful, and I had a juice, and I feel like learned a little bit more about the city and everything. I'm glad that I came to Serbia and came to Belgrade, but it's such a big city that I'm really looking forward to the kind of smaller towns that we're going to in the future of the trip. Like I think I'm just not the biggest city urban gal, and so I'm glad that I came, but I don't necessarily feel like the draw to come back, you know, and like show everybody everything that I saw, just because like it is a super urban environment. They do have like a pretty park that's across the street, and like the scenery was really pretty, as I'm sure you saw and appreciated as well. But I think that this is the perfect night for me to just kind of stay in and chill a little bit. And so hope this video was fun for you. Hope you saw some cool things. I'm really looking forward to my refresh, if you can't tell. And so I will see you next time, which is really going to be tomorrow whenever we head into Romania for the rest of the trip. And we'll be in Romania for the rest of the trip, kind of bounce around a couple cities, but be in Romania the rest of the trip. So see you next time.